You can make a Shakespeare reference, Juliette, but she won't get it. She basically swats the joke away like it's a barfly, as if she's heard them before, pleasantly urged by all bard humor. Being 24 is so hard. She hasn't read the play. I met Juliette a few years ago at the Pacific Moon restaurant in Midtown East, a place where I have been bartending lunch shifts for the past 7 years. Juliette is a regular, although she's the first to tell you she's Sarah's, Adam's, and Big Mike's regular. I am her last resort. But she says so with a smile. All good, right? Why do you hate me? She asks. The question leaves her mouth as one large pout, then dissipates into total nothingness by the good scotches kept in the shelves high up. Lame decor. I don't hate you, I say. She asks me every shift. I speak calmly, I speak slowly, because whether she knows it or not, if I raise my voice, if my words bleed acid, if I am reckless enough to lapse into anger, to have a slip up, to lose control of myself and speak in a way Juliette doesn't like, then I could die. I call her boo to diffuse the tension. She ain't my boo. I like your hair, she tells me. She can't see my hair. I'm wearing a black beanie and she thinks that is my hair. I don't correct her because I don't want to die. I'll let you know when I start using hyperbole, but as a rule, I do not. This is how I survive in America. I think of Juliette because we start outdoor dining tomorrow. In between a mailbox and some raccoons, we've set up 6 imposter tables and chairs. We're going to call that outdoor dining. It looks like a yard sale. I hope Juliette doesn't come in. Has she even been wearing a mask? She didn't lose her job. She lived off of her investments, and then she donated $10 to the staff GoFundMe. I hope they fixed our fly problem. People can't agree on gloves. Some days they're required, and some days I'm a super spreader. It's the guy with his mask down to his ankles who's the first to say, "You're doing it wrong." The manager thinks I have an attitude problem because I ask questions. I keep my voice level. I do my best not to inflect. Do you know how hard that is for an actor? But I do it anyway. Even keeled, no one is saving my life but me. I saw droppings, I tell the manager. He says mice are to be expected, but I saw the tail. Rats, I say. Mice, the manager corrects me. What do you know? He says. I know nothing, I tell him. I am often told I'm not black. Worse is being told that I'm different, that I'm not like other black people because I don't act like them. Juliette came in today. She told me I'm not black because I'm not sassy enough. My friends get my sass, not you. I'm not even calling her a Karen. Those women are getting enough attention as it is. No thank you. And I have to be clear about something. Juliette tips 20%. She's in the clear, to a point. If I'm not black enough for you, then I'm probably not gay enough either. Maybe next time she comes in, I'll offer to blow some Bud Light drinking loser right here on the bar so that I might better conform to her image of me. Too much? Pull it back. Stay calm, never react. I have a boyfriend in Sydney. I see him about twice a year. Most of my coworkers have met him. But Juliette claims I invented him. Fine by me. If she truly wanted to invest herself in my life story and cared about my well-being, I wouldn't mind. But I'm solely here to assuage her boredom during happy hour. I don't mean to yell. You could have been nicer to me, she says. She says it like I'm already dead. From the beginning, she adds. I don't blame Juliette. She isn't the enemy. She's the ammunition. She's the lever by which the world turns. It's not because she's the customer. It's not because the customer is always right. It's because the white person is always right. Learn the rules and keep moving. Don't offer the Obama rebuttal. Don't talk to me about progress and don't quote Lizzo at me. My life is not karaoke. I learned the rules. You don't like them? I don't either. But I don't have any choice. And recognizing you don't have a choice is one of the best choices you can make. The riots are so dangerous, says Juliette. The protests are peaceful, I say. Can I get more ranch? We're the place where she gets her chicken fingers. Did you know, I tell Juliette, did you know that in America, it is legal to murder a black man? It slips out of my mouth. I shouldn't have said that. No, it's not, says Juliette. But I had to say it. Fruit flies are worse today. They live in the beer taps, they live on the drying rack, and as you walk through dry storage, there's a bulletin board that I thought was covered in staples. Nope. As I got closer, I saw them. Flies. Everywhere. The manager says we don't have a problem. He hands me Windex, and he hands me apple cider vinegar. That'll kill him, he says. Have we called the exterminator? I ask. If you have an attitude with me, I'll send you home, he tells me. So I take the vinegar, I take the Windex. I'm the guy who kills the flies. I have a new table. Another old regular, Dave. Part of my job is consoling cisgendered white males. I try not to complain. Dave won't order food. He clutches the menu. He clutches his Chivas meat. The harpoon he chases it with is on the table. In the triage of Dave's life, the beer comes last. He thinks as long as he holds the menu, he won't have to order food. He will hold that menu for 6 hours. I'll bring him fries. Let Dave have his loopholes. Fries are only $3. Today, he's teaching me about microaggressions. He doesn't get them. They're stupid. We can't say anything anymore, he says. Try saying Black Lives Matter, I suggest. No, not political shit, not gang shit, his rebuttal. We can't even tell jokes. Did you know? Did you know that in America it is legal to murder a black man? Cut that shit out, says the manager. No, it's not, says Dave. Juliette arrives. No mask. No race talk, she says. Mimosas! My life is literally her topic change. In 3 months, I'll live in Sydney with Nick. 3 months, Juliette can go back to being a character in a play. Murder is illegal, says Dave. All lives matter, says Juliette. She's going to Florida next week. Her defense, it's still my summer. But this isn't just about me and Nick. Some happiness I can find. No, it's bigger. If you kill me, you probably won't even be arrested. I tell them all. You're wrong, says Dave. Then the manager, we'll prove it to you. So he orders me to sweep out the dry storage. The droppings are getting worse. In Washington Heights, the rats are biting employees at a Chipotle. My manager tells me they're just mice. And enough about the tales, he says. I pass through a cloud of fruit flies and I clean up the rat droppings. When I'm finished, I go to leave, but the manager stands in the doorway. Dave and Juliette are behind him. You can't be right, says Juliette. I'm sorry, I take it back. Too late, she says. slip up? My life. Sorry, Nick. I had to. The manager and Dave tie me up to a chair Juliet carries in from outside. We don't have a race problem in America, says the manager. The rope is tight enough that my arms will be sore soon. They don't bother to tape my mouth shut. Nick is expecting me to FaceTime him in a few hours. He'll know something is wrong and he can call whomever he wants. Will you just shut up about race, says Dave. I'm sorry, I say. I will shut up about race. Murder is illegal, says Juliet, mask on elbow. I've created a mob, the regular customers. How should we do it, asks the manager. Well, says Dave, I was thinking we'd hang him. Lynching, I say. Classic. No, not lynching, says Juliet. Hanging. The manager scans the ceiling as if suddenly the back room of this dim establishment would have rafters from which to lynch an unarmed black man. You can buy a pitchfork at Lowe's for $27.99, I tell them. Dave, you go, orders the manager. Juliet chimes in. Someone see about a saw. You can get one on Amazon for $22.99, I say. Who has time to wait for Amazon, snaps Dave. I see a rat in the corner of the room. Free next day delivery, I say. They blame me for corrupting them. I agree. It is all my fault. Big Mike comes in to wash my tables. Dave returns with a medium-sized handsaw and a pitchfork for Juliet. The rats line the wall. Babies too. All that's missing is the popcorn. But they'll get to eat soon enough. I look from Dave to Juliet to the manager as 100 fruit flies swirl around my head. You can't be right, says Juliet. Murder is illegal, says Dave. It has to be. The same argument regurgitated. No, thank you. When I'm gone, maybe Time Magazine will recognize my name instead of our movement. Did you see? They used a picture of George Floyd but couldn't even say his name. They call it racial justice movement. That's not what it is. Black Lives Matter. Say it. Dave begins to saw. I think of Nick back home, soon to be our home. My Aussie boy, frogs in the toilet, he tells me. But it's okay, they're nice. They like it underneath the seat. It's dark and a bit damp, probably tranquil. Oh, they won't bother you. You just scoop up the little frog and take him out to the back garden and set him free. Nick and I, we're going to have a backyard.